Mr. Spoonhauer, and I hope you guys enjoy the facility, the sign, and take a look inside and tour the facility. There's a lot of history there, and I hope you enjoy the day. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Mr. Alvarez. Good morning, everybody. My name is Neil Spoonhauer, and welcome to District 2 in Goochland County. I am honored to be able to represent this district, and I'm excited to be here today. At first, when I was asked to come out and speak, I was going to decline because I really didn't have anything to do with this project. However, I've thought about this building an awful lot since I moved here. I grew up in Northeast Pennsylvania, and to my knowledge, where I grew up, there was no segregation. There was certainly no evidence of segregation. When I moved to Goochland in 2002, this building was being used as the middle school. The new middle school had been completed by the time my daughter graduated elementary school, so she never got to attend class here and use the classrooms. It wasn't until I lived here for some time that I actually learned that this was the history of the school and it was a segregated school, and it really shocked me. Being from the North, born in the 70s, segregation was something of the distant past. We learned about it in our history classes, but never came across anything that ever represented it. And to know that just a mile down the road was a building that represented some of the worst times in our nation's history was just shocking to me. After the new middle school was open, the school wasn't being used, and I drive by, and sometimes it wasn't kept in the best repair. And I was always conflicted. Part of me, when I saw the weeds and the grass growing tall and the building was neglected, part of me could understand that maybe it was right. Something that was used to separate us should be neglected and go to waste. But there was another part of me that wondered about the people that went to school here, the pride that they had in their high school. And I wondered if this building could somehow be used for good. I was really happy to learn that the board decided to renovate this and that a group was formed of citizens and government to come together to do a great project. You can't drive by this complex, and right now as I'm looking, I can see people walking that track. This complex is always being used. This summer when I came by, to see the children of all races playing and learning together, it just is so heartwarming. The new ball fields we're building in the back soon, this spring hopefully, we're going to have children playing together and enjoying this great facility. Right now, as a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be with my wife in the studio doing a strength training class. So she's in there now, but I get to skip a day. You know, I grew up in a blue-collar family. My father was a stone and brick mason, which, if you're the son of somebody that's in that trade, that makes you, on the weekends and in the summer, a mason's laborer. And I had the opportunity to work on a lot of projects. I got to build a church, a lot of homes. I got to build an econo lodge, and even a school. And when the projects were being built, I often would stop and wonder about the people that were going to be using these buildings. I wonder what the people who were building this building were thinking. What was on their hearts? With each brick that was placed, were they placing a brick to divide people? Or were they placing a brick to create a safe place for people to come and learn and be educated? Regardless of their hearts or motivation, I wonder if back in the 30s they would have ever thought that a group would be like us would be here today. In a state that for the first time has just elected their first black lieutenant governor. In a country that is served by a black female vice president. I think about Genesis 50 quite a bit when I think about this. If you know your Bible, Genesis 50 is the story of Joseph. Joseph had many brothers, and it was known that he was his father's favorite. Because of that, his brothers hated him. They hated him so much that they sold him into slavery. But through much divine intervention, God used Joseph to rise to be one of the most important figures in the land. He saved the country from a famine. And on the day that the Bible tells us, the day that he saw his brothers again, they fell, and they were scared that he was going to kill them. And they said, please, we will be your slaves. He said, the Bible tells us in verse 20, Joseph says, don't be afraid. You intended to harm me, for God intended this for good, to accomplish what is being done today. I don't know what was on the hearts of those people that built this building, but I sure know what was on the hearts of the people that helped reclaim this building. And it was good. It was very, very good. Thank you very much.